One of the biggest stumbling blocks for planning your road trip is figuring out how to manage your time. You want to take your time, you want to enjoy your time, you want to be on your own time, but how do you do that so you're not stressed out before you go? It's weird, right? It's a little bit like the Christmas rush where for weeks on end ahead of time we're all bananas and crazy and doing ridiculous things, also that we can relax and create a peaceful, calm, lovely, beautiful experience for Christmas. Is it worth it? Yes, it most definitely is. But before you get caught up in a ball of stress over managing all of it, know that I can help you untangle that and help you make wise choices about all of this by breaking it down to 4 short questions that you can think about in advance so that you can love your time on the road and then receive one big blessing in the process. Hi, this is Bing from Wonder Bing Travel, and I've been road tripping and writing for years now. Yes, about the practical parts of road tripping, but equally, if not more important, and what really drives me, is seeking the wonder of creation, of getting away from all the things that my eyes are used to seeing, used to resting on, and now taking in marvelous moments and sights that I don't normally see in my day-to-day. That's what's really at the heart of Wonder Bing Travel. People ask me all the time, how do I do what I do? Solo road tripping it's intriguing to them, but a lot of people feel like they just couldn't do it for themselves. But I disagree because I'm not special and I can absolutely help you seek wonder on a road trip. So if you feel stuck and you're looking for something that might help propel you to a new place and a new space in your life, I have a free gift to help you get started. I've written a book. It's called There's Wonder Around the Bend. It's an inspiring guide for solo, really female road trippers. And I'm sharing an entire chapter for free. It's called Going Solo. And if you go to wonderbingtravel.com/sneak peek, you can check it out. Please find the link in the description below. Now, let's dig into time. Dialing in to all the things related to time is really one of what I call the 6 pillars of planning a road trip. This video is actually part 2 of my Pillars of Planning series, so please check out the rest of the list and the series in the link below, and I'll put it right here as well. So today we're diving into 4 questions to ask yourself as you think about and plan for your time on the road. Know this first, every practical equipping list and help and hand-holding, all those things that I provide here, they all fall flat without the wonder. That's always the goal. The mysteries around each bend, those tiny moments, and also those ones when you're traveling, those things that are so unexpected, but they almost shift the earth underneath you, and they ultimately change the way that you feel about yourself and the way that you see the world. But without a bit of a plan, wonder can be fleeting. I believe that there is freedom in structure in having a plan. Investing time to create a strategy for each of these pillars of road tripping actually doesn't slow you down and it doesn't hinder you, or even worse, it does not suck the joy out of the whole experience. It's actually the opposite. So asking and answering the big questions in advance about things like budgeting and time and distance and navigation and food and lodging, knowing a little bit about all of these builds confidence for your day-to-day so that ultimately you're going to worry less and it's going to enhance your ability to experience freedom on the road. So here we go. Let's dive into those 4 questions that you should ask yourself to ensure that you get the most out of your road trip. Question 1. What is the total time of your trip? In other words, how long are you going to be gone? There's so many factors as you figure this out, but it usually comes down to how long you're available and how much money you have to spend. And then also how much time for you personally will work practically and mentally. Another factor in determining total time is that distance of your trip, of course. Keep in mind that time and distance work together. Number 2, how much time do you need to plan your trip? You know you. So how much time do you need to give yourself to plan that road trip? Are you spontaneous? Are you more methodical? What makes you more confident and more comfortable? That's always a question you should ask yourself. What makes you, in this situation, not feel rushed or a little out of control? The exact answer down to a number isn't really important. It's about paying heed to how you operate comfortably. There is no blanket answer. It's only your answer that matters. And it's no surprise, of course, that the longer the trip, the longer the planning time is going to be. So I can say that for me, I feel comfortable planning a 5-day trip in about a week to 10 days. If it's a longer trip and I'm traveling a further distance, then I might take up to a month or two to gradually build my plan. Number 3, how much time are you comfortable driving each day? In other words, how long do you want to be on the road? Not all of the parts of a road trip are meant to be discovered behind the wheel of your car. But what are you comfortable with? You might not know the answer to this question, so try to set your goal maybe as a little less than what you think you can handle. And that way, if you underestimate, it will help keep you from getting burned out. And that's definitely the fastest way to ruin a road trip, is to end up driving twice as much as you've expected. You just end up tired and stressed out and blah, and it's the worst. Number 4, how do you plan to take time for yourself each day? Such an important question. So check out my series on road trip self-care if you haven't seen that. And that way you can discover just how important it is to have your daily needs met. Not just the practical ones, but also the spiritual and mental ones. It's a big thing, and it is so worth taking time to figure that out before you go and have a plan in place for that. But beyond those, how do you envision your solo time? What are the things that you want to do on your road trip? Maybe it's a pretty adventurous list, or maybe it's time to sit and read in that cute little Airbnb and drink coffee and look out the window. It just is about what works for you. Because you know what? A solo road trip is all about you, and that's okay. If you consider all 4 of these questions and give some thought to them before you leave, then you no doubt will enjoy the greatest blessing of a road trip, which is taking your time. You get to take your time. Isn't that so much of why you wanted to go in the first place? For me, taking my time, being on my own schedule, my own pace, it's one of the great joys of solo road tripping. And I realize that it might seem obvious, but don't assume that it's going to happen without giving at least some thought in advance to how you structure your days to ensure that you can enjoy that slower pace. So answer these 4 questions. What is the total time of your trip? How much time do you need to plan that trip? How much time do you want to drive each day? And how will you take time for yourself every day? Taking time to invest in figuring a lot of that out before you go means taking care of you and giving yourself the chance to open your eyes, open your heart, open your mind to all the wonder that is out there, and really enjoy the glory of God's creation as you wander around the bend. I hope you'll let Wonderbing Travels be your guide for freedom and wonder on the road. Please like and subscribe and comment. I love to hear from you. See you on the road.